of an ancient forest where the trees stood tall and whispered their secrets to the night. There lay a hidden lake. Its surface shimmered faintly, even without the light of the moon, as if the stars themselves had descended to rest upon the water. Travelers spoke of it only in hushed tones, calling it the Starlit Lake. They said it had no bottom, that the depths stretched farther than any mortal could fathom. Some believed it was a mirror of the heavens, gateway to realms untouched by human hands. On quiet nights, when the wind was still and the forest creatures held their breath, the lake would awaken. Tiny ripples spread across its surface, though no stone had been cast, and faint glimmers of starlight danced in its reflection. Those who gazed into the water swore they saw constellations shifting, not of our sky, but of another. A map, perhaps to forgotten lands, or a vision of worlds that could never be reached. The air around the lake was always cool, carrying with it the scent of pine and a sweetness like blooming night flowers. Crickets hummed softly in the distance, a lullaby that seemed to harmonize with the quiet glow of the lake. Some said that if you lingered long enough, you could hear faint voices rising from beneath the water's surface. Not frightening, but melodic, like the memory of songs once sung in a forgotten age. Many came seeking answers from the Starlit Lake. They arrived weary from their journeys, carrying burdens heavy with grief, or questions that haunt their waking hours. The lake never spoke aloud, nor did it grant wishes. But in its reflection, each traveler would see something different. A moment of peace, a glimpse of lost love, of simply strength to move forward. Legends told of one wanderer who came to the lake on the darkest night of winter. The stars above were hidden, and yet the water glowed with such brilliance that it illuminated the entire forest clearing. He gazed into the shimmering depths and saw not his own reflection, but an endless horizon of light. When he rose to leave, he felt his heart unburdened, as though centuries of sorrow had been lifted. The lake was not a place of answers, but of quiet transformation. The reminder that not every mystery must be solved, and not every path requires an end. The trees that surrounded it seemed older than time itself. Their branches reached skyward as if to cradle the stars, where their roots drank deeply from the lake's eternal waters. If one sat at its edge long enough, they might feel as though they were floating between worlds, neither entirely on earth nor entirely in the heavens, and always just at the edge of hearing there was that faint hum, resonance so delicate it feels less like a sound and more like the heartbeat of the universe itself. It was said that no two visits to the Starlit Lake were ever the same. One night, the waters might reflect 1,000 radiant constellations, another only a single star, burning brighter than all the rest. The patient listener would discover that the lake mirrored not the sky, but the soul of the one who looked upon it. For some, it showed healing. For others, longing. But always, it gave exactly what was needed, even if one did not understand it at the time. The silence of the lake was its greatest gift, a silence that was not empty but full, a silence that held within the weight of every dream, every stone, and every whispered story of the cosmos. And when the night waned and the first light of dawn touched the treetops, the starlit lake would dim. Its glow faded with the rising sun, returning to stillness as though it had never stirred at all. Travelers would leave quietly, carrying with them not proof of what they had seen, but a memory, soft, fragile, and eternal. No one ever captured its light, resisted drawings, resisted words, resisted even the greatest attempts at song. Perhaps it was meant to be that way. Perhaps the Starlit Lake existed not to be explained, but to remain the secret of the night, waiting for those who needed it most. And so the story spread, carried by wanderers and dreamers alike, each tale a little different, yet all pointing back to the same quaint wonder hid deep within the forest. Even now, when the world has grown louder and the stars less visible, there are whispers that the lake endures. Perhaps you might stumble upon it when the night feels endless and the path uncertain. Perhaps you already have in dreams that left you with a peace you could not name. The Starlit Lake waits, as it always has, timeless, patient, and luminous. And should you ever find it, you will know at once, not because the stars above guide you, but because the stars below will greet you. The air will still, the forest will hush, and glow of the Starlit Lake will wrap around you like a gentle embrace. And in that moment, between silence and starlight, you may feel something you cannot quite explain, something both fleeting and eternal. The Starlit Lake does not offer answers. It offers something greater, a reminder that wonders stillness in the world, waiting quietly for those who choose to see.